Welcome back everyone to my Let's Play of River City Ransom for the Nintendo Entertainment System played on the Wii Virtual Console. Last episode, Tiree maxed out his weapon skill by drinking a whole bunch of soda. So now whenever he connects with his weapons, he's going to deal a lot of damage. However, he still might have trouble connecting with those weapons because his strength is still pretty low, and strength determines how easily Tiree will be able to break through an enemy's guard. And as we saw in the last episode, enemies are really proficient at guarding in advanced mode. So we're definitely going to want to increase our strength stat. We're also going to want to increase our defensive stat. Tiree can do a lot of damage when he hits with his weapons, but when he gets hit, he's going to take a lot of damage. So we're going to want to shore up our defensive stat as well, so that, you know, Tiree's not a glass cannon. So glass cannon is basically a trope for something that can deal a lot of damage like a cannon, but it's made out of glass, so it shatters really easy, so. But it's usually a term used in like fighting games, and I guess this is kind of, you know, a fighting game. I mean, Tiree's here fighting a whole bunch of these gangs that try to rescue Princess Sarissa. So we're gonna keep using this tactic though of jumping on ledges and jumping down until we max out that strength stat to easily break through the enemy's guard. We like I said, we wouldn't have to do that strength stat, because even though, like, for these regular enemies, and we do this cheese tactic and drop down and hit them, we usually defeat them in one shot, but there's still a lot of bosses that we have to defeat, and those bosses won't go down in one knockdown, so we're gonna have to max that stat out. We're still gonna probably focus though on defense first, so because you know, those bosses, they'll be able to hit us. They're very aggressive too, just like the regular enemies, and a lot of times we don't get to fight bosses in as favorable terrain as we are here. So speaking of bosses, we're gonna have to take out a boss here in the warehouse, the second boss, Moose. But bosses will not appear if there's no gang in the screen that they appear in, so we had to leave there to have a gang spawn here. So we'll take out 4 of these homeboys, and then we'll go take out the boss. So once again, we use that cheap tactic to use our weapon through the wall. Why expose ourselves to danger? So especially those guys, they had weapons, so. And a tire. Tires hit hard, and over in that confined space, they'd be rolling around. They might bounce back and hit us, so if they hit the wall and bounce back, they'll damage us, so. There's Rocco, we're gonna whip him down, and we're gonna cheese him here. Luckily, he didn't run right at us, because if he would have ran at us before we got a chance to hop on this ledge and cheese him like we're doing here, yeah, he probably would have hit us and probably would have finished us off. That's how bad our defense is. So let's get his money. And then we're going to turn around and we'll head back towards Sherman Park. But more importantly, we're going to head back to the first mall where we can buy some bagels. Bagels will allow us to increase our defense. They're pretty cheap. I think they're 90 cents. And they give 1 defensive stat. So basically for, you know, for a little less than $48, we'll be able to max out our defensive stats. So, yeah, we got a pretty tough gang here, the Squids. So, only 3 gangs tougher than them. So, it should be a good time to get some money. Like I say, we still need to get some money. That stinks when they don't bunch up there. So, if you see enemies that don't bunch up like that, you never want to drop down between them. So, otherwise they'll be able to hit you from both sides. You won't be able to block it all, so. Defensive stat will also, in addition to, you know, helping us take less damage, will also help us block as well. So the higher your defensive stat, the more likely you are to block when the enemy attacks you. We can do a little bit of blocking with, like, our weapon. Like, if somebody throws a weapon at us, you can hit it with your weapon and it'll stop it. But even here with maxed out weapon stats, it's still taking a little bit to knock down, you know, Benny and Clyde here. You can definitely see the boost that they got in advanced mode. Yeah, because in in the regular normal mode, we were able to knock these guys down in, you know, one hit. So, but not so easy with advanced mode. But that's okay. Just still do the same thing. Take them on one at a time. And let's head on back to the first mall. Take out these guys here. Boom. Gotta watch these boxes, especially with our whip. When you hit them with a whip, it's kind of like with the Texas boots. You know, when we kicked them, they travel really far because our weapon is so high. These boxes are gonna fly, so we want to make sure that we're out of range when we hit a box. Otherwise, it may hit something and pop back and hit us on the ricochet. Get some more money from Mr. Moose. Frat guys. You know, they're the second weakest gang, but they are so aggressive. I've heard different things. Some people say that like different gangs act more aggressively to different characters, whether you're player 1 or player 2. Then other places say not. I don't know. To me, it seems like, you know, frat guys really seem to hate Tiree here. They were never this aggressive. It might have been just because we're on normal mode, but I don't know. It just, I don't know. Certain things, certain people make observations, and then they put them on the internet, and then some people confirm those observations, but other people deny them or say it didn't happen to them, and sometimes it's tough to determine, you know, whatchamacallit, fact or fiction, but... So, here we go, we're gonna buy a bunch of bagels. Fibs, President Fibs, from Marty Mouse House. He was one of our light warriors in my recent playthrough of Final Fantasy 1. He would not be happy that Tiree's buying a whole bunch of bagels. He'd be like, buy the donuts instead. They're cheaper. Yeah, Fibs is a big fan of donuts. His presidential slogan was like, love, peace, and donuts for everyone. So, peace, love, and donuts for all. Yep, so, you should look up President Fibs commercial on YouTube. I'll put a link to it in this video description, so you can watch his little presidential campaign. So, bagels, unfortunately, they are an item that goes right to your inventory. They're automatically to go, so you're gonna have to go to a second menu to eat the bagels. And you guys can see, we eat a bagel, we get a point of defense. So I'm basically just off-screen buying a whole bunch of bagels. Gonna buy the final little bit here. Then I'll eat it up, max out my stat. We're also getting a little bit of willpower, stamina, and max stamina from eating these bagels too. So, yeah, we got some stamina. No, yeah, we got stamina and max stamina. So, yeah, you can see our life bar is definitely extended. Our willpower, we'll get that from other stuff that we're gonna eat. Misspoke there for a little bit. But, yeah, probably have to get willpower from something we're gonna eat when we have to heal our health here. Those frat boys, they ain't playing around. And right after Tiree. Yep, they're going right after him. Here's an interesting thing. If you enter the park with a whip, Blade here doesn't have a weapon. If we came in here without the whip, then Blade would have a weapon. So, you want to come in here with a whip, not because it's just a good weapon, but hey, if we prevent the boss from starting off with a weapon, that's good for us. Alright, so now I'm actually going to fight the zombies in order. So, yeah, Blade here in Sherman Park is usually the first zombie, because he's the first one that's mentioned. So, yeah, we'll actually see the zombies in their preferred, or the game's preferred order, so. Yeah, and that's the frat guys to bunch up like that. Boink. There we go. Thank you. And let's beat up Moose again. Rat versus Moose. Rat wins. I may see some Moose. Going on a cross-country train trip across Canada in the upcoming weeks, and sure there might be some Moose on the if we travel across the plains. Maybe I'll see some. So, but here we're gonna see us beating up Benny and Clyde again. Luckily, we won't have to do too much grinding. Because basically the only other stat we need to max out now is our strength, and then we're going to buy the Grand Slam. But we have so many bosses that we got to fight in the meantime that a lot of that money we're just going to get from just normal fighting. You know, be it fighting the bosses or fighting the 4 gang members that appear with bosses. So we'll have to do a little bit of farming, but not too much. And any major farming will, of course, be, you know, and purchasing will be done off screen. So Benny and Clyde once again being a nice, good source of money. So I'm not sure who was the older of the brothers, Dutch or Tiree, but so I can't say that Tiree's taken after his older brother Dutch by getting the money off of these guys, or if he's imitating his younger brother Dutch, but I don't know. All that was important was they were loved and had a good life with me and their other brother Pops, and Arthur, Durf, and Princess Sarissa. They didn't get, unfortunately, to meet Princess Prin Prin. She was the special needs rat that I adopted with Sarissa, and she'll make an appearance in this playthrough. That guy was a joke. He stole my whip. He's on the side of the screen, so this is gonna be difficult. Drop down and hope the whip don't go off screen. Yep. So, see, this is where the strength stat would come in handy. We're able to break these guys' guard when we don't have a weapon. So we're kicking them and we're not really hurting them too much, and they're blocking. Subpar weapon, the rock here, but it's going to be better than nothing. It's going to be better than our bare fists and our feet, because none of them are augmented. Our punching power and kicking power is still basically at base, and we don't have the stone hands or the dragon feet to do the 3 kicks, 3 punches per button tap. We will not end up getting either of those techniques, because like I said, we're just going to focus our money on getting the Grand Slam technique. That's a box. We can pick up the box. Second best weapon in the game in terms of raw damage. And jump over here. Oh no, it's actually... what am I saying? It's the 3rd best weapon. I totally forgot about the tire. The misused tire. I even forgot about the tire because, like, I never use the tire. Just because the tire is a bad weapon in the sense that when you throw it, if you accidentally throw it, or even if you get knocked down while holding it, it rolls back, and that could hurt you on the ricochet. So, with a box, you know, it just kind of falls down. Same thing with a garbage can. But ooh, we have no health. But and we have no health and a second zombie to take care of. And a 3rd zombie right after this. Yeah, these screens are really, really annoying because they're the first 2 screens. They're right out of the warehouse and then underneath the overpass, because the screens are very narrow and short, so the enemies can kind of box you in real quick. So yeah, I like these large screens because you can, you know, run around and avoid the enemies. It's a little bit easier. So if we defeat all those enemies, boss would appear, the 3rd zombie, but we don't want to fight him, so. Now, best bet for getting some stamina back here is the pizza. We're going to buy some pizza. Lasagna and pizza cost the same, but lasagna gives you 2 less stamina points. Pizza gives you 50, lasagna gives you 48, so I don't know why you'd ever buy the lasagna. We do want to buy a lot of mint gum. Like the bagels, these go right into our inventory, so we got to go out of the inventory to use them. We have to go into our inventory to use them, so yeah, we can't just eat them in the store, but let's chew a whole bunch of mint gum. And hey, it's gonna max out our willpower and our strength. So willpower, what that does is, you know, if you have 35 or more, if you get knocked down, there's a chance that you'll get up. So let's finish off eating the mint gum that we got here. I saved some money so I can get some pizza to heal up, because then I could farm Mojo, the last zombie there, and his henchmen for some money to buy the rest of the gum that I need. So I wanted to save some money, like I said, to get that some pizza. So yeah, gonna need to buy 18 more sticks of gum, but I need to save at least $12.50 to buy 2 pizzas, 2 slices of pizza. There we go. Yum yum yum. And eat that pizza. Grab another one. As you can see, we got some pretty decent stamina out of it. But we only need to buy, like I said, 18 more mint gums, so not going to be too much, just basically $18, we'll be fine. We can get that pretty quick here, over here, so let's go take out this 3rd zombie for progression purposes, and then we're going to take him out a few more times to, get some money. This mob man is being difficult, but we'll show him. Show him like Devo, whip it good. Or maybe Simon Belmont from Castlevania, Super Castlevania 4 and Castlevania 2 that I did Let's Plays for. In those playthroughs it was Monkey Rat in Castlevania 4 and then his brother Tiger Mouse in Castlevania 2. You see Thor, we gotta toast all the zombies. So, this is the 3rd zombie. Thor's their leader. He's in the abandoned wheel factory, but we don't know that. Well, you wouldn't know that until after you beat this guy. There we go. Unbelievable! You're as mean as a zombie. Yep. So yeah, if you go to the factory without defeating the 3 zombies, then it's just empty. So. But now it won't be empty. Because we have, you know, satisfied the game's requirement for Thor to appear. The mighty Thor. So, from the Marvel movies. I always wondered how that was going to work, you know, because the only time I knew about Thor was when I took like mythology classes. I had no idea there was a Thor in the comic books, you know, because it just seems so kind of out of there, you know, but how they blend, you know, Norse mythology into the Marvel universe, but they did a decent job. I saw one of the Thor movies. Not the first one. Didn't really see too many of the Marvel movies. So, wasn't a big fan. When I went, I usually went with like friends who wanted to see them, so I guess that didn't help either because, or make my desire to go see them because like I wouldn't have seen them all and they were all, you know, kind of tied in with one another. So, you'd be totally lost. Yeah, so see, not much farming at all. We're able to get the money that we need, so let's take out Mojo again here. Finish him off. Donk. There we go. And let's collect his lunch money. So. Alright, let's head back on in here. And we just to be safe, we need just a little bit more money, I think. Just to be safe. These guys out here, and now basically the last real grinding that we need to do. The rest of the money, like I said, should come naturally as we make our way toward the final mall to get the Grand Slam technique. Don't, that guy didn't want to fall down. There we go. Alright, let's take out Mojo here for the last time, and here we're going to get to see what happens when we get knocked down with no stamina. So, we lose all our health. We're able to get up, and we get those 2 pieces, we'll get 2 pieces of stamina back. And that only happens if you have more than 35 willpower. So, I guess it's like your will to continue on your mission, so it's a good thing we, that Mint Gum was giving us that willpower, besides the strength. And see, it's also good why we got the defense up first, because if we didn't get that defense up, yeah, Mojo would have knocked us out much quicker. You wouldn't have had to use all that combo, so ooh, we got lucky. And basically all that money that we just made there, we're gonna blow on some pizza. But I guess there's worse things in life to spend your money on. Right? Pizza's a decent vice to have. Pizza's also the only thing that basically keeps me from going vegan. Pizza and cheese, that's it, you know. Because for milk-wise, I just use the soy milk, vanilla soy milk. So, not much else. So, Alright, let's finish chewing the rest of our mint gum here. And with that, we will have maxed out basically all the stats that we really want to max out. We will have maxed out our weapon to deal a lot of damage with our weapon. We'll max out our strength to break enemies' guard, and we'll max out our defense to protect us. So, still gonna have to get a little bit of willpower and some more stamina to max that out. But our max power is set, so when you get that stamina, once you get all that stamina, it'll be as high as it can possibly be. So, well, come join us in the next episode where Tiree finally rescues Princess Sarissa and Princess Prin Prin. Take care. Have a good day. Bye.